You guys see where I am today? I'm getting to go into the museum and very excited. I'm down here at the 6th floor museum, and this is Mr. Ron Washington. He has a YouTube channel. He gives tours and has been out here, you said, for 31 years?
31 years.
31 years telling people about the 6th floor. Can I ask you, what's your view on whether or not he was the lone gunman?
No, he was not. In my
Studied opinion?
There were 6 shooters, and Oswald, evidence shows, was not the guy in the window.
You heard it here. Thank you, Ron Washington. Kennedy came down right here, down this street. And when you're here, you can see there are X's out in the street that mark the locations of the shots. That over there is the grassy knoll. Back under these trees is where many said that there were puffs of smoke that hung in the air after the assassination. People parked their motorcycles and ran up the hill in an attempt to get to the shooters. Abraham Zapruder was standing right over there on that pillar. So that's what I'm out doing today. Is just, my birthday is coming up in a couple of days, and my husband bought tickets for us to look at the 6th floor museum. So we're gonna go through that today. That 6th floor window there is where Lee Harvey Oswald was said to be, although his co-workers all indicated that he was down in the cafeteria on the 1st floor. One of the things that stands out to you when you are here is the absurdity of the turn that was required before they came into Dealey Plaza. Standing here watching the cars that are right here coming, I don't know if any will come, but what they do is they have to almost come to a stopping turn in order to get onto this location. It is a greater than 90-degree turn that has to be made to get here onto Elm Street. Watch how slowly they have to make this turn. There they come, greater than 90 degrees as they come down and make their way down. One thing that doesn't make any sense to me about the 6th floor situation is that I'm standing right here on Houston Street, and you can see there is absolutely nothing. This is where Kennedy's route would have come, right down here, turn onto Houston, before ever making his way into Dealey Plaza. And you can see right here behind me, there is a direct line of sight that would have been for 5 to 10 seconds at least, I think longer. And he didn't take that shot, but then he takes a really complicated downhill shot when they went down into Elm Street. Just doesn't make sense to me. So for my birthday, my husband took me to the 6th floor museum, and we just got done. And I just wanted to share my thoughts. I was actually, when I went in, I was expecting more of like a careful presentation that pointed toward Lee Harvey Oswald being the lone gunman. And what I'm struck by is actually that the museum itself is a careful presentation of the significance of Kennedy as president, and really walks the viewer through the cultural movements that were happening at that time, the key decisions and moments that led to the situation in Dealey Plaza, a careful examination of Lee Harvey's potential position there in the 6th floor window, the evidence that surrounded that situation, and even things interesting like clothing and artifacts from that day or from that week. And then it does have an entire section about the Warren Commission, the House Select Committee on Assassinations, their findings, the various acoustical examinations that were done by these different investigative bodies, the outcomes that they presented, and then the lingering concerns about conspiracy and other people involved besides Oswald. So I didn't find that the museum has a slanted view of things. I think given its position as the 6th floor depository location, it makes sense that they certainly highlight that, but I thought it was actually a really wonderful experience. I took lots of photography throughout. I'm thinking I might do a walkthrough of the museum through my photography and just reading through the different displays together and talking about that together. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments. But that's my perspective, having just left the 6th floor museum at Dealey Plaza. It's cool to get to be there. It definitely brought up a lot of emotions, and it definitely gets the brain going in all sorts of interesting ways. So that's my thoughts today.